Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Lead Live. I'm Louis Amestoy. It is Friday, July 18th. We have made it to the end of the week. For a lot of us out here, it doesn't feel like the end. It feels like the beginning of a lot of things. And we're just getting started, folks. We're in this thing for a long time, a long haul. And that is recovery and moving forward. And we're going to have part of those conversations today. I've got two guests today that I think exemplify that need. Brandie Guzman from Ingram Tom Moore High School. She's the principal, and believe it or not, school starts in like 2 weeks. Teachers start in 2 weeks. When does classes come back, Brandie?
August 18th.
August 18th. So we're a month away. And then the Callow Theater Center of the Performing Arts, Playhouse 2000, VK Garage, they have a special thing coming up on Sunday. And I've told you guys that I'm very concerned about our nonprofits here. We've got a lot of things to talk about today, and recovery's part of it. But part of that recovery is that come down and have a beer.
I like that.
Have a beer.
Not necessarily right now.
Right now.
Maybe recommend having a coffee right now.
Have a coffee.
But you know what? Hey, after the last 2 weeks, come and have a beer.
Have a beer. Have a beer and a coffee.
There you go.
You know what?
Have them together.
Is
there some drink where you do that?
You know what? Here's what we can do. We can have a beer shake.
Yeah.
Remember the great scene in Cannery Row and when Doc is on his journey? Did you read Cannery Row?
I did not.
Cannery Row is one of my favorite books of all time because it's just delightful. And Doc, the marine biologist, goes on a drive from Monterey to La Jolla, and he stops every few minutes to eat.
Mm-hmm. every few minutes.
He can't. Literally stops every few minutes, and he can't get out of his head the idea of a beer milkshake.
Wow.
And in the movie, it's played by Nick Nolte. He's played by Nick Nolte, the character Doc. Oh. So I think we should have beer milkshakes.
I'm not sure about beer and milk.
He drank it.
Well, I'm sure.
He drank it.
I have no doubt.
But it was one of those things you think about all the time, when you're driving.
There is a German drink that is like cream and beer. I don't know.
Really?
Marcus would know. Yeah,
Marcus
I can't remember it right now, but
yeah,
it always sounded really
gross.
gross.
I bet you Jeremy could cook up a pretty good beer milkshake for us here.
There you go.
He's probably not watching, nor does he want to hear from me anymore. But we'll talk about Pine Paw here in a minute. But they have food too, so you can have some food. I saw an ambulance. I like to call them ambulances over from Sci-Fair over at Ken Stubble Ford. They were working on it. So if they're doing their part, there's probably so many vehicles they probably have looked at because
no kidding.
I can't even imagine all the equipment these guys are burning through to do the search and rescue now. Ken Stubble Ford and Quick Lane, they can take care of you today. Give them a call 830-257-5557. The mobile service van is rad. I'm trying to bring back rad, but no one's biting it. So. Mia Church, our friend Mia Church, she's a portrait artist. She's amazing with Photoshop too. She can make you appear out of the water. So very delightful. Janelle Peralt, jppropertiestx.com. She is wonderful, and she's been a longtime supporter of The Lead, and thank you to her. She has an ad in our newspaper today. We'll talk more about that newspaper in a little bit. People just keep coming into Pint and Plow to pick up a copy of it. Remember, you can come down here and grab a copy and really just enjoy and have a cup of coffee and then get a copy of the paper. Mattress World. Those folks are awesome too. Awesome. The Reasoners are awesome. They're Ingram Tom Moore. They're IPI. They're Ingram. They're Ingram Pride Inside. Their kids aren't Tom Moore-esque at this point. But give them a call there at 830-792-3833. They have beds, pillows, mattresses. There's two things, honestly, that keep me happy in the world right now. It's my Mattress World pillow and my adjustable bed from Moore's. So there you go. We mentioned that, by the way, that Peterson Health is one of our main sponsors today. We're at the Peterson Health Digital Studio. Central Provisions and Centerpoint can help you out. They can make you a sandwich, a pork chop. Doug knows everything about bibs over at Gibson's Discount Center. He also knows hats. He also knows STEM education. He also knows Carhartt. And he knows how to prune stuff. So Doug over at Gibson's Discount Center is all you need. Everything you need. If you need an architect, Scott Shellhace over at SLS Partnership and his team. They're delightful. They're from Lubbock. They're like Lubbock people.
I like a Lubbock person.
Yep. Embrace the opportunity to excel in imagination and quality. Give them a call today at SLS Partnership or visit their website. The Herring Printing Company is a delightful local resource. They're happy to be here. And they've been in the Hill Country since 1964. The engine that you're looking at here, I'm sorry I don't have your things up. I apologize.
We're just looking at nothing. It's okay.
It's okay. Everything's broken right now.
I'd rather honestly not see myself today. So it's all good.
That's okay. This is the engine that will power our future. This is the Rice engines over there at the new K-Pub facility. Here's Mike Whitler working on it himself, the CEO. Just kidding. That's coming in 2027. Who else do I have to talk about here? Oh, Wise Coatings. Do you need flooring? Do you need to turn your garage into a showroom, Amy Goodyear?
I would honestly love to do that.
Wouldn't it be right?
Well, we have a dream of turning our workshop, which is / garage, into like a Lego, fantasy land.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw a guy today. I love the Lego videos. Now, this is where we get into dork talk.
Sorry. It happens whenever I'm on.
Brandie's ready to check out. Yeah, I love the idea of a Lego room. That'd be great. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Marcus has this fantasy of when he's a granddad of, the
Lego.
grandkids coming into the Lego fantasy
world.
garage.
So great.
It's going to happen.
It's so cool when you have the whole city set up.
Yeah.
Yep, that's kind of the goal.
dream. It's so expensive.
We've got a lot of, because Lyle and CJ collected all through their childhoods. And so a lot of that, of course, stayed at our house.
Right.
So we actually have a good start. It's just a matter of putting it all back together again.
I know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a whole story in itself.
It is a story.
But Wise Coatings, if you were going to do a Lego room, they could do the flooring for you. And they can make it into a really cool thing for you as well. We have a lot of other local businesses we'll talk about here later. I don't want you guys to forget, we're talking about a little bit about donor fatigue. But don't forget that we're trying to raise money for a Christmas tree, which I think is going to really matter even more. Because we need this Christmas tree. To get us through this time and to give us some hope and to make us feel good about the world. And we're trying to raise money for this, and don't forget about that effort. So, all right. I'll talk about some of these other places in a minute here. Today was a big day for us. We printed a newspaper yesterday, and it's available today. This is it. This is the first ever print edition of the Kerr County Lead.
Congratulations,
Thank
Louis.
you very much. But here's the thing, though, right? This was hard to do. We had to take our reporting and kind of concisely put it in there. There's things we left out. There's things we didn't include. There's a lot of stories in there we wanted to tell, but we knew that one of the things that I think was clear on this tragedy was that people wanted a way to connect to, they wanted a way to connect in a way that, it doesn't feel real sometimes when you look at the river.
Yeah.
And then Brandie's been heavily involved in the relief effort, and you've been out to Heart of the Hills and some of the other places, helping out a little bit. I haven't been past the high school myself. I got thrown out the other day. So, and I could probably
not for the first time.
Yeah, I could probably cheat and show them my little Ingram Pride Inside, badge I have. But I didn't want to do that. I think that wasn't really ethical. But the print edition came out because I felt like people wanted, in some way, to memorialize what we've gone through, and to remember it, and to remember, like, we don't even have all the obituaries,
right?
We have partial obituaries. We have, because this is a Texas tragedy. Our local deaths. We highlighted from what we had at the time, which was Wednesday, and there was 4 bigger obituaries we had, and but there's more. The whole Zunker family was lost, and their memorial service will be, I think, in August in the July, early August, and at the at Schreiner University, the event center. That'll be a major deal. So I felt really the need that people wanted something, tactile to hold, so we decided, let's print this. And you know what, I gotta say, Pablo Brinkman came through. I said, hey Pablo, here's how much it's going to cost me to print this thing. He's like, come down here right now, and he gave me money.
That's awesome.
I said, Gilbert Pies and Andrew Gay, they're like, done, here's money. the Peterson Health, done. Here's the money. So it's not cheap to print these things. And then I had to drive down and pick it up too because they didn't deliver it, so I had to pick it up. But Brandie got like one of the first copies. You
got mine yesterday.
You came to have. Were you having dinner here last night or?
Yes, dinner with a friend that's in town helping with Heart of the Hills cleanup. We came over and they had these out and they let me take one early.
That's great. See, yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really, really, really nice job.
Jen Dean, my life partner right now. My life partner. She did a lot of photography. It was a weird deal, and I've said it before, and I had to admit to some people, like, okay, well, my life is kind of weird right now. So setting up this thing was like Monday or Friday. My daughter shows up. My former wife shows up to help out. Everyone's helping out because that's what we do,
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for my people, for my family. As messy as life can be at times, like I know that my people will step up and help out. And I had a long talk with my daughter yesterday about some of these things, and it was, it's kind of important to do this. And I think it's great that, you have a support system around you to make sure you can do these things. But the people who stepped up, in this community have stepped up time and time again. Like Pablo has been feeding people. And I just threw it out there. And I got to a number, and I was like, "Okay, we're good. We're printing it." And I felt bad because I sent it to you, and I sent it to Amy, and I didn't even think about it. I sent it to Jenneth over at the Hillcrest Arts Foundation. I was like, dang it.
Like you said, I mean, that's not I'm sure in everybody's hearts, because you have been invaluable in this experience, Louis, as far as being the boots on the ground, local guy. Everybody's been turning to you, listening to you. Like, I think you're the only one we all trust. And so, we all in our hearts want to support you as much as we can, but we're all everybody's, looking at, like you said, just kind of the next, where are we going to be? What's the projection of how, things are going to be, with our nonprofits and even with our businesses? I mean, everybody is just kind of like in a, we don't know what the future is going to hold situation, but believe me, we're all behind you 100%.
Thank you very much. And Brandie's dealing with a situation where her campus is partially wrecked, not really wrecked, but the front of the school is all torn up.
Yeah.
Things got delayed. There's a grocery store in your parking lot now.
Yes.
Callie Brandt over at Ingram Elementary School has had her life turned upside down because the school was, not only was it a reunification center for panicked parents probably, but it also was a hub of relief work as well.
Kind of evolved into an accidental donation site, and we were not going to turn anything away.
Yeah.
And
that's
then we were
overwhelming
so
too, right?
Yeah. Yes, which is a huge blessing to have. But I try to tell people, you didn't want to turn anything away because our community was in need before this happened.
Yeah. Sure.
The need doesn't go away anytime soon. And that's the hard part about this.
Because I have a garage with 3 bins full of toothbrushes and toothpastes and soaps and shampoos that were donated to KPA when I was over there volunteering, and they were like, "We don't need these human things," and I said, "Well, I'll try to find a home for them." But ever since then, all these places are saying we don't need in-kind donations right now, so I'm just holding on to them because I know we will need them at some point.
Yes.
Look at who's joining us.
That's kind of what I've been telling people.
Jeff Harris and Kyla Gazelle.
Good morning. Hey, buddy.
How are you?
By the way, just so come on down here and pick up a copy of the paper. It's available. This is available if you want to come down and have a cup of coffee. Buy that and buy the coffee and then get a free copy of the paper. So Jeff Harris is here and Kyla Gazelle's here. And guess what? There's a weird kind of tie-in here, folks, because Jeff Harris and Kyla Gazelle are from South Star Bank, and they are helping with the Callow Theater.
They are. I mean, not only are they our banking partner and have been for many years, but they are also the main underwriters and supporters of the Callow Performances series, which we will be announcing on Sundays.
Right. And that's exciting. So we have a nice little crossover bit here. Jeff, how are you? Have you gotten any rest yet?
A little bit.
Oh, let me turn your microphone on. So, have you gotten what has it been like? Oh, here comes Brenda Hughes, too.
I know.
Good morning, Brenda.
Almost a quorum.
Almost a quorum, I know. Tell me, though, what it's been like, just because we talked when the helicopter thing happened which nearly took out the quorum of the council. But it's just you guys. I think Brenda. Oh, I think it was Delane said to me once, "I've learned a lot." Yeah. How would you describe that?
I think she hits it on the head. I mean, there's every day something new, and Brenda's been right in the middle of it. She got to take a flight the other day, I understand, but she didn't have any. She didn't have the experience that we did.
Yeah.
But it's
right.
Seeing it, listening to it. But really, when you sent me a text a while ago, I said, "Come on, Kylie, you got to go get on the show." But I wanted to come in and I wanted to say thank you.
Wait, yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you to what you're doing, Lewis, and thank you to the community.
Yeah.
I mean, our community has stepped up. I texted you the other day for a phone number.
Yep.
As soon as you sent me that phone number, I texted. I'm Dalton Dover, right across the street. I said, "Hey, they need grease for some equipment that's in the river." He goes, "Excuse me." He goes, "I'll have it in 20 minutes."
Yeah.
Last night I got a call. It's a group out of Center Point that's running recovery efforts. They said, "Hey, we really need 2 more cases of grease." I texted Dalton. I said, "Look, you've already done 1." I said, "Do you know somewhere else in town or somebody else that has this?" He goes, "Yeah, Napa Auto Parts. I'll have it ready at 9 o'clock in the morning. They can pick it up."
Nice.
And, just community people. I've got a friend of mine that's 3 of his friends lost daughters.
Oh, my God.
And Philip texted me and called me, and he goes, "I got to go. I got to do something. I got to get out there." And, that was the reaction from everybody. We got to get out and we got to do something. We want to get in the water. We want to help. We want to, please don't. And I'm still going to say, please don't.
Right. Please don't. Yeah.
Go to tcr.communityos.org if you want to volunteer. That's the way we can track, not we, but the city and the fire and everybody that's working together. We can track the volunteers that way. But Philip's like, "I got to do something." Well, he's got a friend of his that's a fuel supplier out of Bernie, and he's set up right now behind Ingram Fire Department. Mm-hmm. He's got a 25,000 gallon tank of diesel fuel, 15,000 gallons worth of gasoline. When the call came out the other day for 50-to-1 chainsaw gas and bar oil, I texted Philip and I said, "Hey, do you have this?" He goes, "Absolutely." He goes, "How much?" I said, "They're asking for 5 gallons. Went out there, picked it up, and it wasn't 5 gallons. He put 10 gallons of everything in the bed of the truck.
Wow.
So,
go.
And it's, that's the way the community is.
Yeah.
And it's,
yeah. Well, it's like we've talked about this a little bit before, and I can't even I did a thing where I just said, "Hey, can you tell me what you're doing with all these businesses?" I had 14 or 15 that they came up and said, "Here's what I'm doing." And I know that's not even all of them. Like Doug over at Gibson's, who's been a true star of this whole thing, helping out with the relief effort part of this, coordinating, organizing. We have relief centers, little relief centers in town. We have First Baptist Church. We have Gibson's. We have Ingram Elementary School. We have Walmart. I think it's still a place. And I just mentioned that today because the Salvation Army guy said, "Hey, don't forget that Walmart was first one to say, just that was the reunification center, the first one that was out there." And so we have all these efforts. And so then Doug and Dalton have just back and forth. How can I help you get that? What do you need? And so the two of them are working together. And then I know that Dalton's working with CarQuest, because that's also locally owned. So, I mean, just the spirit of and then, you've got the grape juice effort. You've got so many, Kerrville Pets Alive is going crazy with things. The elementary schools, the school districts have been incredible. Hunt ISD was incredible. I mean, there's just so much I can't even get my head around it sometimes.
There's so many people to thank.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just countless. And I don't want to thank 2 and not name somebody else, but it's hard to do. But those are the 2 that have stuck out this week. But, there's a council member here from Conroe.
Yeah, wow.
And he's helping out because their foundation, the Wood Foundation.
Yeah.
And, or the Cotton Foundation, sorry. And, they bring mobile laundry units so our searchers and our rescuers, because he saw them, he goes, "Man, they're filthy. They're covered in mud." And it's, second day in a row I've seen them. Mm-hmm. They bring in a trailer so they can wash all their laundry.
And the important of that too is that one of the things we're one of our storylines is that they need to do that because we got some serious issues with the river right now too, as far as contamination goes. And so it's really important that these guys get, like the other day we were at the Hill Country Arts Foundation and there was a whole crew of firefighters getting washed off essentially after being in the water. So we need that effort, and that's another great one too. What's been going on with South Star Bank? What are you guys up to?
I guess I can talk on this one. Yeah.
Jeff's like, they're probably like, you haven't really seen Jeff in 2 weeks.
I know, poor guy. He's been all over the place, that's for sure. Well, at the bank I think Jeff talked about this a couple weeks ago. We are having a flood relief account that we are matching up to $25,000.
Yeah.
We have, of course, for here in Kerrville, and then we also have one set up for our Georgetown area.
Yes, right.
That area was hit as well. But
by the way, I want to say that too. Just jump in for a second. If you haven't seen some of the photos from Leander, where there was a truck, and I'm sure this happened here too, that was embedded in the ground by 30. Well, they had it. It was just completely buried in the silt. Those are startling images that we've seen too. So it's been bad all over.
Right. And we recognize that too. So we want to extend our hand out to our sister branches out in that area. So if you're feeling led, if you've given here and you want to give to that area as well, you can come to South Star and we can get that to where it needs to go. We are collecting funds for that through the end of the month. And we are collecting, just outside of that, we are also collecting school supplies for Centerpoint ISD through the end of the month as well. And then you can also get your name in a drawing to win a backpack cooler that's South Star branded. So,
nice.
Yeah, just a little
bit of everything.
Yeah.
One of the things that Teresa Metcalf and our team here, Kelly Hagemeyer and what's her name from? Dang it! My mind is shot. The county treasurer, Tracy Solden. Right. Thank you so much. She has got great hair, by the way. They were like, the banking community has just been outstanding in this. It's also hit home. Like, I know that Mike Huff, who's the local president of Security State Bank, he lost his ex-wife in that horrible day. But you guys have just been unbelievable. Greg Appel, you, the banking community. I'm leaving them out, but has been on the spot in this thing. What do you think, Jeff? What's your take on that?
Everyone in town. Justin Foster over at Texas Regional Bank. They stepped up. Greg Appel has really stepped up. I mean, he's leading the charge with to the bankers all getting together. Kyle and I attended a breakfast the other morning that Texas Bankers Association. They're doing their Texas tours, they called it, and they said Kerrville is not on the tour.
Yeah,
but they came here to make sure they have grants available through them as well. And one of the really neat things is there were two bankers in the meeting that both suffered losses with their, not families, thanks be to God on that, but their homes. Everybody, and personal property right now is not the focus.
Right.
But TBA was like, you're a banker, you're part of the organization. We have grant funds set up for bankers that they can take care of. So they're going to help take care of these two ladies that, had home damage. But, just everybody stepping up that way. It's Planet Fitness reached out to me yesterday, and they said, hey, we're sending a check.
Yeah, wow.
Going, and it's Planet Fitness out of Utah.
Oh, wow, right.
It's,
yeah.
So it's like, holy wow.
Yeah.
So it's stuff coming in.
There's
from
stuff that's all over. This is the biggest story in the world. For 2 weeks. Just this unbelievable, tragedy, and there's a lot of stuff in there. What do you think people need right now, Jeff, from your perspective of sitting on the Kerrville City Council?
Prayers. I've said it since day one. Joe said it.
Over and over again.
Every one of us. Brenda's said it.
Yeah.
What does your community need? We need prayer. We don't need food. We don't need clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, the outpouring of that was amazing.
Yeah.
Brenda and I were at the EOC Friday, the 4th of July, and it was just like, hey, we got all this food. Where do you want it?
Yeah.
Hey, we got 500 sandwiches made. Where do you? It's like, we don't have room for it.
Yeah, we don't have room for it. That's the hard part about it. People just give and give and give, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's another whole thing.
I mean, I remember we were there, and a lady came in, and she goes, I don't have much money, and I don't have anything else, but I can cook.
Yeah.
And she brought 10 pans of lasagna in.
Wow.
And it's just like, you know, the caring like that and the love. And that's what we need. It's, you know, it's an ongoing process. This is not a sprint.
Yeah.
This is a marathon, and we haven't even made it to mile 1 yet.
Right.
And last Friday, Dr. Phil said it. He said, y'all are going to move on, talking about all the outside press that's here.
Right.
You're going to move on when the next headline comes up, and you're going to quit talking about Kerrville. And I listen to NPR news every morning, or some sort of news every morning. And for the past 3 mornings, there's been
Nothing.
mention.
Right.
No mention of what we're going through
Right.
and what the families are going through. So it's, you know, don't forget, keep praying, and, you know, just
I think
love on each other.
I think one thing too that I've been struck by, and every time I see a little kid, you know, like I saw Kelly Hagemeyer's little girl the other day, and I said, "Do you mind? Can I pick you up for a minute and just kind of throw you?" Because, like, you know, it's weird, you know, like, you know, and she was like cool with it. She's like, "Oh yeah, throw me at the air," you know. So I'm like, kind of, you know, I said, "Okay, thank you so much," because that was the hardest day that I've had. Was when I was writing something, I was just doing something, and I just realized that all the little kids that were still missing, you know,
Wow.
and that like Carlos Romero, who's 20 months old, his parents are definitely, you know, they're dead, unfortunately, and Carlos I know is too. And it was all the little kids that are missing, and that was the hard part for me, and because you know I'm a grandpa, and there's nothing better than there's nothing better than baby toes,
Well,
you know.
Grit comes every Friday.
Yeah.
My little nugget.
Yeah.
Her little boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard not to be emotional when this happens. And
Yeah.
I was driving on Water Street the other day, and I went by Gibson's, and there were 2 little girls. And I'm on the phone with a customer, and I apologized. I said, I'm fixing to lose it, and I did. But
Yeah.
2 little girls standing on Water Street at the entrance holding up signs that said, Kerr Strong.
Yeah.
Wearing green and waving and just cheerful, you know, showing their love. That they can. And I just, you know, if some people say, oh, well, you know, you can't cry and it's just an emotional thing and people get up and they talk and, you know, we don't need that. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
And it's, because if you cannot show emotion in this time, then you might not have a heart.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that struck me again is like, you know, these little kids, you know, that's what hurts me the most, you know, and I've shared the story before that, you know, one day, you know, Allison went missing and at a campground next to a stream, next to a freeway or a highway, and I was like, the panic that set in that day was I'll never lose that feeling of panic. And when we found her, like everybody in the campground was crying in relief, you know. This is not the outcome that for a lot of parents today, or families who lost whole families. So
parents shouldn't outlive their children.
No, right?
And that's the thing. I've heard that since I lost a friend of mine when he was 16 and at home growing up, and that's what everybody said. Parents shouldn't outlive their children.
Yeah.
And I've heard that, you know, for the past 40 years.
Yeah. All right, good job, you two.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Grab some extra papers too, and take them over to the bank.
Take them back.
Take them back to the people that come to have cookies and stuff. And I want to bring Brenda Hughes on too. Brenda, come on down. You're the next contestant on.
The next contestant.
Yeah. You probably didn't expect this, huh, Brandie?
I love it. This is great.
This is great. Yeah. There's now they're discussing business. Okay, look, Open Records Act over there. All right, get away from each other. All right.
Okay, I don't want to go by myself, and they got me.
All right.
Okay.
Brenda Hughes is here.
Hi, my friend.
Oh my God.
Did you hear what I don't know if you heard what I was saying about baby toes?
No.
It's just the best thing in the world.
What's that?
Baby toes.
What
Little
a-
just-
yes.
You're just going to squeeze them.
Yes, I know.
I know.
I could use a lot of baby toes right now.
Well, how old's your youngest grandchild now?
I have twins that are 2.
So they're past the baby toes.
They are past yes. They're definitely in the attitude.
Yeah.
phase.
Shelby and Nick Loveland were in here at Pine Plot the other day, and they have a little one that's just cute.
Well, last time I was here, Stacy
Yeah.
had her
Yeah.
little one
Oh
here.
yeah, baby toes from that one
Yes.
too.
Oh my God.
Stacy just bring the because here's the thing, like we talked about a little bit, Brenda, and you know this. I know you wear your heart on your sleeve on this deal. For us, moms, I got moms here.
Yep.
I'm a dad. I'm a grandpa. You're a grandpa. I'm a grandma. You're a grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah,
Sorry.
to
Yeah.
15.
To 15.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, and they all live
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
You know, which kind of leads
Yeah.
into the fact that most children do not have coping skills, and we need to be so sensitive
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
and help them work through this, because
Yeah.
I know that my grandkids have lost friends, they've lost teachers, they've lost coaches
Mm-hmm.
in all of this. And we have a responsibility to them to try and carry them through this crisis
Yeah.
and teach them some coping skills.
When I learned about Renee Smallstra, I thought to myself, I've seen her parents here many times. I've talked to the mom a little bit about her photography, and
Yeah.
and I always say hello to them. And I thought, I saw that little girl.
Yeah.
Hey, all my pens got stolen, by the way, just so you know. Can you give me some more? I mean, those pens are nicely weighted. Sorry, that was Garrett Insurance is in here right now, and they got great pens, and I just love them. And he brought me some pens yesterday, and they just all went out. So thank you, man. But going back to all seriousness, I just hurt for that,
Yeah.
and I remember that age, that little girl age, 7
Yeah.
and 8. It's just there's so many good things about that age.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just it's hard for me to imagine. And I think about, and there's things that I think about all the time with kids. We always have kids sayings in my head, like all the time, that apply to things. Like Brandie's son, Dax, the way he talks to her, mom,
Yeah.
yeah, mom,
Dax the Destroyer.
Dax the Destroyer, mom.
How old is he?
He's 7.
Yeah. So same age as these girls, and it's just
Yeah.
hard to imagine this. And so, but you've also had to deal with, you're wearing your city council hat, you're wearing your KPA hat,
Yeah.
you're wearing grandma hat,
Yep.
mom hat,
Yep. Casa hat.
Casa hat, Casa. That's right. You're in
Yeah.
that group as well. And then there's a few shitheads out there that are threatening you guys.
There is. And I kind of lost my mind the other day because I had just had enough, because after realizing that our staff was getting around 50 calls a day that were so horrific.
Yeah.
I actually recorded them, and I have them on my phone. But it was just time, because you've got these people that are pointing fingers.
Yeah.
And when you're so uneducated, you don't realize that the city secretary is not responsible for county money.
Right.
And you're threatening her with her life.
Right. Yeah.
It was just incredible to me.
Hold that thought. Hey,
Ignorance.
come back. Sit right there. I got a question for you in a minute. And you didn't come the other day, so you're not on my list. And are you taking back papers?
I'm going to take back. I got a cup of coffee so I could get one.
No, you can take back 5 or 10,
Okay.
so Kevin can have one.
You got it.
But anyway, yeah. So they were threatening you guys.
Yeah.
And I finally admitted I didn't really put this out there, but I didn't get necessarily a death threat, but I got a death threat aimed at Masons. So
Yeah.
and I passed it on immediately to Larry Letha.
Yeah, they're coming from everywhere.
So
I mean, people want to find blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want to have some sense of
Right.
control.
They want to point fingers,
'Cause
and
you can't-
it's not
yeah.
fair, and it's not the right time.
Right.
Right now we're grieving, and we're still in recovery mode.
yeah.
And they need to sit back and shut up.
Right. This is and I want to get just Isaac real quick, because you're right. They need to shut up. But Isaac, we were talking the other day And for those who don't know, Isaac Forge Dingler over here is one of the masters of the river trail. And you walk that river trail every single day. And you look at, and your job at Wild Birds Unlimited is to kind of say, here's what this looks like, as far as birds go and habitat goes. There's a couple people I think about immediately when I see the river trail and the river. I think about Jeremy, because he loves the river, and like he will run down there after he's done brewing beer, and he'll just jump in the river. And then there's like Isaac, who walks the river trail every morning pretty much and tells us what's going on with birds. How much does it hurt your heart to see what's happened on the river?
Oh, it's horrible. It's always been since I got into birding, it's always been one of my places where I could just kind of go, be by myself, be with nature. And I didn't get down there for almost a week after the flood happened. Didn't want to get anybody's way, and then went and saw that Dietert was open and the trail was clear, so I kind of started going down there. But just the devastation, the destruction, it's so immense. All the places where I knew I could go see this bird at this time of the year, this is where the great horned owls would nest, all gone.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, I had a weird call yesterday with the Texas Parks and Wildlife, who were like, well, we don't want to be we want to be respectful. We want to talk about nature at this point. I'm like, look, that's part of the story.
Yeah.
Our fundamental identity. Not only have we lost life, but we've also lost our identity. The river is fundamentally changed now. The most startling thing for me, in perspective, was standing below the Riverside Nature Center and then realizing the water was in the Riverside Nature Center at one point. And so that's a hard thing to realize. But what was your how many habitats think were lost on that day?
Untold. Just all of our year-round birds: cardinals, titmice, chickadees, house finches, goldfinches, woodpeckers. There's no telling how many nesting areas there were in that. Just from the Dietert Center down to Riverside, there could have been hundreds. Yellow-crowned night herons were the ones everybody was talking about that you could see behind on
Tranquility Island.
Yeah,
right.
And so when I went down there, I could see birds. There were egrets down there. I got to see a yellow-crowned night heron. I got to see cardinals and titmice, and so it was good to see that they were moving back in and a lot of them are going to take this opportunity to rebuild and try for another brood of babies. Yeah. So
there is some resiliency, obviously, in that as well. But again, but the way that you've looked at the river trail has changed from fundamentally. It's a very different experience now. It's a heartbreaking experience now too.
Yeah. What used to be a nice preserve for all of them is just gone.
Yeah.
And so. Displacement. I had customers coming in saying, they had different birds than they used to. They had more birds, and it was all because of the displacement. The ones that were able to, the adults were able to leave the river to get to safety. And so I had vultures, I had osprey, I had a lot of stuff in town that wasn't normally there.
Yeah. All right, Isaac, thanks for stopping by for a minute. Take some papers back. Give Kevin Pillow a hug. We had to give him a hug, the other day because he's been wearing this on his sleeve the whole time. Yeah. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir.
All right, Brenda. Delane told me that she's just learned so much from this tragedy. What have you learned? And you were gone for part of it too. You were on a trip or something, right?
Well, I was gone for 3 days. I was there on the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, then you had to run out
at the EOC the whole time. And then I was gone the 7th, 8th, and 9th because I had a little family crisis I had to deal with. Yeah. And then I was back, and I've kind of been fluctuating between the EOC and Kerrville Pets Alive ever since. So I'm averaging about 3 hours a night of sleep, and the rest of the time it's like, okay, give me my marching orders. Where do you need me? That sort of thing. And I was fortunate to be able to go up in one of the Black Hawks, and they toured me for an hour through all of that. I got a lot of video.
Yeah,
and
you sent me a little bit of the video too, right?
Yeah, and so I'm trying to send you what I can. Yeah. And believe it or not, there are some people right now. I'm kind of dealing with this right now, but there are some people that are not allowing search crews in to their property.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, and so that is painstakingly real right now. And there's still people that need to be found. We
Yeah.
still have
100, right? At least 100, right?
Well, the numbers change, so I don't want to get into the numbers
Yeah.
because they're not accurate right now. But
But there's more.
There's more, and the governor said that they're not leaving until every person is found, and I just don't know that that's possible at this point.
Right. Wow. How are they going to rectify that? Not letting people on? They have to get a warrant or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to come through the judge.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought game wardens could just go and kick
Yeah.
the door down.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting. That gives me some room to think about.
Yeah.
But the city council's got some big issues.
They do.
Yeah.
And
What do you think the biggest issue for Kerrville is going to be going forward? Is it Nimitz Lake? What do you think is the biggest?
Just recovery is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And getting back to some sense of normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how long that's going to take. We don't know what the cost associated with cleanup and there's so much damage and it's we've got a budget workshop coming up. I just am dreading it because I don't know where we're going with that and whether there's going to be.
Are you getting reimbursed for your rate of burn? The city's burning through. I mean, the overtime alone's got to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, how many officers have just won't go home? That's the other thing too, and firefighters.
They're just and it's taking its toll. I mean, Joe is sick right now, so I'm actually
the acting mayor. Right?
Yeah. So it's people are. We've seen it with Kerrville Pets Alive. Our people have been out. Day in, day out, morning, noon, and night, scanning, identifying, deceased animals, and getting them in our database, and they're going down. They're getting sick, and they just can't. Yeah. They can't keep on.
And folks, be careful too. If you get sick, if you've been near the water or even that, call your doctor. Let them know.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that Peterson emphasized the other day. One of the underlying stories that we've had, if I would say the story of the week, has been that don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
If you're a small business, ask for help. If you're a person, ask for help. Who's like struggling with this. Mm-hmm. If you are a parent needs help, ask for help, and go from there. And then the normalcy part. That was the aim of the show today, was kind of get back to some normalcy. But those budget discussions are going to be. Will you guys get any kind of special dispensation? Do you think to extend the budget, or do you have to hit the deadline too? I mean, you're behind schedule now.
Yeah, as far as I know, we still have a deadline. There's not any extension there. So things could change, but we're taking it a day at a time right now. I mean, I get my marching orders first thing in the morning, and I go from there.
Right, absolutely. All right, march out of here and go back to work and do your things, or go
take
rest.
Care of yourself.
And take some papers to your people too.
I will.
All right.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda, so much. Good to see you, Brenda. You always make me happy.
Yes. Well, before I leave, though, I want to say about our local community and our local businesses. I have gone into so many places, and Buzzy too. I mean, Buzzy walked into Tractor Supply the other day, and I mean, they all know him, right? But
who doesn't know Buzzy?
He walked in there and he goes, "Hey, I need a pair of rubber boots for my wife." And they said, "Oh, you mean Brenda?" And he said, "Yeah." And, the rubber boots were like $85 or something, and they gave it to him at cost.
Wow, great.
And then So Fast Printing, I had to print out 200 flyers yesterday, and I walked in there, and Rose Bradshaw printed them out for me, didn't charge me a dime. No. So, I mean, I cannot emphasize enough the unity that we have with our community here and the businesses and wanting to help one another. So, big shout out to them.
I got to tell you, the former mayor of this town, Judy Eichner, came up. I saw her the other day, and she was really concerned about me. And I said, she's like, here, I want you to have this $20. I go buy some food.
Right.
What's wrong with you? I'm like, look at me, I'm fat. She's like, no, go eat.
Yes.
So we got that done. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, please take care of yourself.
Anyway, y'all take care.
All right.
You too.
All right. Brandie, I got a question for you here. This is an important one. How do you explain this to Dax? What's happened? Does he have any questions on this or?
Actually, so I'm sure you're aware all of our staff is helping doing all kinds of things. But when I'm off doing something, Dax is with Dad, and he's one of the coaches out taking Mercy Chef's meals.
Yeah.
So they're going out to Camp Baltimore, out to Heart of the Hills, out to Mystic, all the way out there. And the questions that he asks are really interesting. And some of I know like the Davis kids and the Hinton kids are writing with their parents because we're delivering meals and we're trying to help in the community. And so the kids are asking all kinds of questions.
Yeah.
It's tough.
This has been a whirlwind for Ingram ISD. The district office is lost, basically destroyed. I don't even know the extent of the damage. I know water was in the building.
Yes.
And had some structural damage, I guess, too. It's a cool building, but that shows you how fast the water got up, and into that building.
And I think driving out all the way down to like River Inn, going all the way out there, the pictures and the footage do not do it justice. And when I went into my friend's home, and the water was above her home, and
Wow.
like being inside and helping clean out, and just the magnitude of how bad it really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't see it. It's it's
Right.
overwhelming.
I saw one photo of Heart of the Hills, and then I saw another photo that was much more close, it was an aerial shot. We actually ran it in the
It's the first page.
Yeah, it's on the first page, and it is so stark.
Because it's just gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It is. Yeah.
And what's interesting about that too, folks, is that it shows you the ferocity of this flood event. And I've talked a lot about this in the FEMA maps that show you where things were supposed to happen, right? So you have 3 zones. You have a floodway, a floodplain for 100-year, and then a 500-year floodplain. Heart of the Hills kind of touched the floodway, but not really. It was in the 100-year and the 500-year floods, which means that this behavior of this flood was just catastrophic. Like, we don't even understand it yet. And this is where I get frustrated with the recriminations of this whole thing. We don't know the science of this yet, and we don't know this. But when you go and see it, though, Brandie, it's powerful, right?
It's powerful, and I mean, just the debris piles. And I will say now, so much support and so much community has helped.
Yeah.
Where now, when you drive through, you can't even believe how much has already been done.
Yeah.
How much work has been done at cleaning and debris and just our entire community coming together. It's been so overwhelmingly heart-touching and heartwarming to see. We have everybody, even like our staff, everybody's like, well, I cannot help, lift those rocks or try to dig out that filing cabinet, but I have a washing machine and I can do laundry. It's like everybody has a calling and everyone is contributing in some way.
Right.
Like even our secretary at the middle school, I gave her some clothes from Heart of the Hills to wash, and she's like, got it, and I'm gonna go pick those up. Everybody is doing something. All of our students, FFA, our athletes, our coaches, everybody has a hand in it, and it's
I saw Tate Damasco, football coach, athletic director at the prayer vigil at Antler Stadium, and he's like, all these things they were doing and working on. So it's been an effort, but now you have to get ready for school again. And how do you make that transition now?
Well, we are blessed that the damage on our campus at the high school, elementary, and middle school was very, very minimal.
Basically, it was the front gates were wiped out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was about
Half of it.
Half of it, yeah.
Really, it's just going to be putting our best forward so that we can support our kids and our community, because what they have experienced is so different than our perspective.
Yeah.
Our building, I live in Kerrville. Our home is fine. But our community, our students, we've got teachers that have lost everything. We've got some students that have lost everything.
Yeah.
Former students have perished. Just really trying to bring everything we can to the table, put our best foot forward, and support our kids, and just love on our community.
Right. For those who don't know, like the high school, there's kids from the high school that live in Hunt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so who's that? Who's there? Who just walked by?
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Don't call her. She was over there. She's way over there.
Look, it's
There's a lot of people
Who
here.
was there?
it's one of our Ingram people. It's there she is. She just walked by. She's really little.
Oh, Shanna Sleeper.
Shanna Sleeper's here.
Yay.
Um,
Love her.
yeah, we'll have to yell at her. You
Everybody's
see her
coming in
yell-
for your paper.
I know they're coming in for the paper. Yeah, I mean, so do you feel like everything's going to be okay then? And then you have Lee Poole is your guy.
My guy.
So
You know, he is just an awesome human in general.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Going out, you know, anytime I go to hunt, I try to swing by the fire department and just hug his neck. He and his wife Stephanie are just such incredible humans. I love them so
Yeah.
much. And I think that's actually when I had everything bottled up, and then I saw him and I just broke down and I was like, okay, I'm better now. I just needed a hug.
Lee Poole, who I've been trying to kind of really, I kind of left him alone because I know he's been swamped. But he told me when Trump came, you know, some of the stories that he had heard or he had dealt with personally. And the worst one was he told a guy from Camp La Junta, no one's coming to help you. I'm stuck.
Yes.
I can't get out.
Figure it out.
It's lucky that we did not lose first responders in this thing in Hunt because it was so bad.
Yes.
And he also said that he saw a car with people in it going down, screaming to help, and he couldn't do it. There's nothing he could do.
And if you know him, just
That
to
would be-
know how that just broke him
Yeah.
inside to be,
Yeah.
I mean, because he is that type of person. He will run and jump, but he just knew that there was nothing he can do.
And he can jump.
He can.
He was a world class high jumper, folks. You know,
He's awesome.
and he looks pretty good
love him.
for his age. You know, to get out there and jump it. If someone's going to jump for you, you want Lee Poole.
You want him.
I mean, he was an all American. You know, high jumper at Texas A&M. So you know, but yeah, that was amazing.
He has some stories.
Yeah.
It's very-
So what does that first week of school look like? Do you think? You know, as far as the kids go.
I think really our students need normalcy. We've resumed the strength and conditioning camp. We have band camp coming up. Hi, Shanna.
Hey, Shanna, come say hi.
You can't escape.
Come say hi. Come say hi. Come over here. Just look at I won't put you on camera. I promise. Just say hi.
Good morning.
How is your new workspace for Ingram ISD?
We're making it. We're getting.
She loves it, is what
Yeah.
she means.
Yes,
She
we're
loves
close to
our media
Brandie.
center.
Yeah.
We'll camp out there for a little while, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Is it a little bit warmer there than it is at the district office?
not really.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it could be freezing at the district office, but all right. Good job. Did you get a paper?
Take a couple.
Did you take it? The papers
At
are
the
over
front
there.
counter.
Front counter.
Okay, I'll check.
Go get a paper.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Guys, bye.
Bye. Yeah, if you come down to Pine and Plow right now, folks, the paper. Oh, hold up, Brandie.
Oh,
The paper's available. You can come down and get it and do that. All right. Here's the other story, though. Our nonprofits. I'm very worried about you guys. And part of the normalcy that we have to deal with are the organizations that matter culturally. And we have.
Which I'm sitting here listening to all of this, feeling very humbled and feeling a little bit like I know it's important. I know that in my soul. I know down to the depths of my soul because it's what I've
Right.
centered my life around. But right now, it just feels like it isn't.
Right.
You know, and I think that's not that's obviously not the right way to go because I've had many people I've had conversations with about them and they're like, no, this is absolutely the time when we need things like music and art and theater and all of that. But yeah, we are sort of looking at this, seemingly endless black hole of need and just trying to maybe fill some little part of that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, that's what we have. And so that's what, it's complicated.
It is complicated. And I think really that, though, I've said this before, there's 3 institutions in this town that are right now very vulnerable that I value personally. The Hill Country Arts Foundation has suffered a catastrophic loss of their main building. Ironically, the amphitheater will be in the best shape.
It was designed to do what it did.
Yeah. The walls blew out as they were expected to do, but the structure itself is safe.
Right.
They have a lot of cleanup to do, obviously, but they have a sinkhole in the main building.
The main building is pretty much a loss. I mean, I don't know details. Obviously, I'm not on that staff, but obviously we're very, very, very close.
Right.
So we are, we're following everything that they're going through and just trying to support them.
The fabric
the
of
best
this
way we can.
community to me, and I love to tell this to my mother, who lives in a pretty sizable city in Southern California now, is that they don't have a symphony orchestra. They don't have an art museum. You know, not just we have 3.
It's incredible.
You know,
and it's one of the reasons why when Marcus was looking at the job, I said, I think I could live there because of those things that are available.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have, and we have, so every time I go to the symphony, I call it my mom. Went to the symphony. Haha. You didn't get to go. But you know, the truth of the matter is that these institutions are going to help bring us back to normalcy. But I'm concerned about HCAF. They have $1.2 million in damage.
And that's just the building.
That's just the building.
So no, you don't figure in the damage of equipment loss, both theatrical and art equipment.
They lost
and
all the tools.
It's a lot more than 1.2.
A lot of tools are at the bottom of the lakes or the river. They lost sets. They lost stuff like that. They lost all their audio equipment. It was in the black box.
Microphones, all that stuff. A lot of the lighting equipment. I was just talking to Treston, their TD yesterday, and a lot of their lighting equipment was saved because it was
higher up,
hung up in the air, on the top of the proscenium out there. But a lot of very valuable equipment was lost.
You also lost. So much stuff was lost, and then down the Riverside Nature Center. Mm-hmm. Again, if you want to be sobered by this storm or by this flood, go to the bottom of the river trail, look up, and realize the water was up in there, and you were standing on the bottom of where the river was at. I think
a photograph of that my son saw all the way from Boston had him text us in the middle of the night. He said, I don't think I really realized the scale of this. Yeah. Being so far away, until he sort of saw some pictures of that area.
Yeah.
And stuff,
It's just unbelievable. And the water went up there, and it had receded by the time I got over there. Francisco Limos was just a raging, rapid thing. So they have $500,000 in damage, at least $500,000 in damage. And then the Dieter Center has damage. Yeah. So
I know when we were very fortunate not to. And when the Callow, we're having our roof replaced, and ironically wasn't quite finished before the 4th. So there were some areas where we received some just from rain, some water damage inside, but thankfully very, very minor, and that was cleaned up by the city. So we obviously are counting our blessings and know that we are really in a fortunate situation in that, we have our theater and it's in good shape. And so we feel like our place is to, for lack of a better term, the show's going to go on, and we're going to provide maybe a respite, maybe, a place where people can go and just be together as a community. Cause there's nothing like live theater, live music, that kind of thing, to be together as a community and, maybe laugh, maybe try to, take a little break and just enjoy some time together. So that's where we're focusing our efforts. Obviously we're going to be continuing to do what we can for the Point. We hosted, a fundraiser last weekend for them. We've got another fundraiser coming up in August called Hearts on Stage, which is actually going to involve new writings and art and that kind of thing from the community, and all of the proceeds from that will also go to HCAF. So stay tuned for that. We just settled on a date for that. It'll be August 15th. So we're going to still continue to be involved in those things, but we're also going to continue to provide our own programming, right? and hope that people that the theater will be a place where people can come and just find some comfort, find some rest, and find maybe a little lift to your spirits. Yeah. So.
And that's on Sunday, right?
We actually have 2 events this weekend. We're kind of kicking off. We have our Playhouse 2000's next show actually opens tonight. Okay. It's Ken Ludwig's Lend Me a Tenor, which if you know Ken Ludwig, he's kind of the king of farce in modern theater. And this is probably his best. It's absolutely a hysterical, people running around, mistaken identities, slamming doors, being goofy. It's a lot of fun, incredible cast. So we're really pleased to be able to have that here. Just come and enjoy it. Opens tonight, runs for 3 weekends. And then, yes, on Sunday, we are premiering the Callow Performances series, which is, of course, our big, collections of concerts and things that we present in the Callow Theater. Right. And we're doing a free preview event for that on Sunday in the VK, because the Callow's not quite open to us yet, but we're getting there. We're getting close. But on Sunday at 3:00, we are asking people to get a ticket, but it is free just because we are limited in numbers in the VK. We've had between 250 people at this event before, but we can't have that many in the VK.
Right.
But we're okay right now, numbers wise. So please feel free to walk in that day and get a ticket. We're going to have some wine and cheese and that kind of fun stuff before the show. And then we're going to invite you into the theater and give you a preview presentation of the 6 concerts and events that we're going to be bringing to the Callow Performances series starting in October. And then you'll get to find out what those are, and you'll get a chance to buy your tickets and secure your favorite seats and be able to, look forward to those things. And then you'll know what those are. And I'm excited. I know Jeff and Kyla were here, but we want to very much thank South Star Bank. They are our event sponsors for the entire series. So it is the South Star Bank Callow Performances series, and we really just cannot thank them enough for their
quality
support.
People.
Quality people,
Yes,
for sure.
Quality people.
So yeah, come and join us on Sunday. Like I said, it's free. It's going to be a fun time to maybe look forward a little bit and say, here's some of the things that are going to be coming to support our community, and just, maybe kind of take a minute to breathe together, take a minute to remember the joy in life. Because there's plenty of reminders of what we've lost, but I think we need reminders of what we still have, and it's a lot.
The New York Times a few months ago had a really... Hey, Kate, how are you? Kate Allen from the Comanche Trace, by the way. They helped out with food, provided 6,500 meals for this deal. But the New York Times, she was just walking by. There's a stream of consciousness with me, folks.
I understand.
But the New York Times had a really interesting article, and I'm going to ask you both this. When you are dealing with grief, what is a distraction to help you with this? Is it a show? Is it a book? I mean, people will say the Bible, but I mean, maybe that's something that you do too, but maybe there's another thing. What do you rely on to help you? I need a moment to not think about what's happened.
My answer is probably fairly obvious.
TV?
No, well, I do love my TV shows, but no, there is nothing like this, the solace of the theater. Mm-hmm. We had the first rehearsal after the event was actually Monday, the first rehearsal for Into the Woods. Yeah. And Marcus went to that rehearsal because he's in that show, and a bunch of other friends, and I was there just because I wanted to kind of see how the community was feeling, and get everybody's sort of perspective. Yeah. And 201, everybody said, I needed this so much. Yeah. I needed to just come here and sing with my friends and focus on, even just for a couple of hours. Yeah. I was so low, and that's continued as we've had rehearsal. People are like, I was so low today, or I was out, with KPA, or was out doing this. I mean, everybody's volunteering somewhere and doing what they can. And I was facing this and doing that. And when I got here, it just was a balm to my soul is how several people have put it. And so that's what we do, and that's what we want to be. So
Brandie's an avid reader. Have you been able to pick up a book or listen to a book?
I haven't. I was going to say, I read a lot. I am behind on my reading goal. I haven't read since July 3rd, actually. Wow.
Because you were probably looking forward to just having a few days, a long weekend and reading, and that didn't happen.
Yes, it did not. And I think, you know me, I can't sit still anyway. And with stuff like this going on, I just pour myself into work or helping or doing anything I can.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's been the hard part, is that people who, you don't even have time to think about for a moment about, I need to step away for a minute.
Honestly, taking care of yourself, and that, even then, you always have that little voice in your head that says, oh, that's selfish. That's not what I need to be focusing on, and all of that. But if you don't take care of yourself and you crash, then you've taken out a helper. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I hate to shift focus away from Playhouse 2000, which is what I'm here for. Right. But the H.E. Butt Foundation is offering 2 more webinars. I think they're Monday and Tuesday, and Marcus will be helping host those. One is focused on basically first responders, people on the front lines. And then the second one is actually kind of focused on sort of the rest of us. Yeah. People that are volunteering but are in this community and are really and perhaps feel like they don't deserve the attention, or they don't, but everybody, is struggling. And so anyway, I encourage you to look at the H.E. Butt Foundation. They've got them on Facebook, and just, go listen in on those, go ask some questions. They did one last week for how to talk to children about those sorts of things. And I think it was really helpful to people. So want to encourage you to get, everybody in the community can get something out of these. So.
One of the things, though, I want you guys to help with real quick here is the businesses that have helped contribute to here. And it's been pretty incredible, the outpouring. And I have a list here, but if you know of others, just jump in here. All right, so here's the ones that have helped. Trophy Game and Records, they're a local nonprofit. They have helped with first responders. They had a raffle to raise money for the local first responders. That's Trophy Game Records. Kate Allen over at Comanche Trace said who was just here. They provided hot meals, distributed pet supplies and cleaning goods. Texas Lions Camp housed 13 county agents with AgriLife to help out with their efforts. The BCI agency, they've done financial donations and goods and supplies. They also gave HEB gift cards to first responders and made food donations. South Texas Paint, and this is Denny Foster's building at Hill Country Light. Employees volunteered on the river in Center Point. They provided goods and supplies. Glow Row, he lost everything in this, but he opened up his property because it has a downtown access. That's Vinny over at Glow Row. Crystal Smith over at Billie Jean's. They've just continued to provide meals for people. And Destination Cycle, they've provided they've loaned multiple UTVs to various fire departments. Cart & Co. has delivered food for Mercy chefs. On-site ProCan, we're beginning deploying portable toilets and servicing. Let's see, Bill and Jerry's Radiator Service. They did search efforts. They've had cleanup. They've done home repairs. Studio 2 Luxury, which is Natalie Peppett's business, that she raised $22,000 from a jewelry sale to donate to the community foundation. Kerrville Folk Festival is a place where people can go for food, and they distribute food all over the Hill Country right now. They're like a central hub of kitchens as well. And then we have businesses that, like the Callow Theater, that need a little bit of help still financially to get through this thing. But here are some businesses. Cabin Kings, they've done a great job at dropping off large trucks and trailers. They're here. Wright's Funeral Home has been working with religious organizations and churches to help offer financial assistance for arrangements and funerals. New Age Masonry is providing demos and cleanups and supply distribution. You give them a call at 830-353-0088. Redline Exterior Cleaning is owned by Micah Booth, who's a Kerrville firefighter who's also working through this. But
my former neighbor.
Your former neighbor. And in his downtime, he will wash. He'll wash and clean up your area for you for flood.
Yeah, Micah does a great power washing. He did our mailbox, and it looks beautiful. So.
I love this one, by the way. Putting on the dog for the rescue dogs and the dogs that are out there, doing work. They have a specialized bath treatment. They're at 200 Peterson Farm Road. No charge for cadaver dogs or rescue dogs. Give Susan Featherstone a call at 830-792-6091. If you need vision care, Texas State Optical and Kerrville Drug are working together on that. They're available at 830-257-6336. Pro Rentals and Comfort has large equipment and excavators they've been making available for cleanup. Let them know. Visit them online. Look for Pro Rentals in Comfort, Texas. South Texas Tree Service has done emergency storm relief and tree removal. If you have something you need done on your property, give McKenna Gerardo a call at 210-716-8960. Dickey's Barbecue has provided free meals for first responders in uniform. They have delicious smoked barbecue and homestyle sides. Mac and Wagon, they've been serving meals at the Hunt Baptist Church, which I think the Hunt met. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, wait, I got a message here. Let me see here. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate this very much. This is from Craig Johns over in Hunt as well, and. Carmine's has provided meals for food relief. They're right there, or for flood relief. They're over there on Medina and Bandera highways right there at the kind of the junction point there. Jalisco's has breakfast from 6 to 11, lunch daily until 9. Francisco's restaurant's open for dinner Thursday through Saturday. I went there for dinner last night, as a matter of fact. Save-In Restaurant. They've been feeding flood victims, first responders, and cleanup crews. They are classic for their breakfast. Tail Chasers right across the street here. They have been very busy. Patio and pub. And then if you need some wellness care, Salt Wellness and Sports Recovery has extended its offer for first responders through July. Through the end of the month, they're a safe space for healing and recovery. Look them up online. Hill Country MHDD was here yesterday talking about this stuff. And again, the big issue for a lot of people is it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a lot of things that stops people. Like they don't want to ask for help. It's okay. Danny Moore over at Kerrville Massage and Healing Arts, which I think is right across the street from your place, I think, over at, I think she's in that little building over there across the street from the VK Garage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. On the corner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She gives professional massage services. Look up Kerrville Massage and Healing Arts. She's wonderful. Rising Arrows is elective ultrasound services. They've got 2D, 3D, 4D, and 5D imaging. You could probably even animate your baby too to talk to you. Like AI.
Yeah. Just
They could use like the Bigfoot voice.
That's the business. We need to get into that.
Hey, Greg here. I'm your baby. Feed me something like I like that food. Let me see.
Did you have Vitamedics on your list?
No, I did not have Vitamedics.
So they are all over the place, but giving out IVs to first responders and anybody that needs it over there.
I'm sure of this heat and stuff sometimes too.
Yes.
Yeah, they need it. Trinity Landscaping, premier landscaping design, maintenance, and installation. They have eco-friendly practices. Give them a call at 830-928-6166. Katie Kane in real estate. She's helping the Hill Country buy and sell real estate. Contact her at 830-343-7093. Pour 4 bartending services, which has an Ingram Tom Moore high grad, Zane.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. He was.
Zane?
That's the son of one of the partners there. And they're offering a 25% discount for families with postponed weddings, parties due to flood, serving San Antonio, Bernie, Kerrville, Ingram, Fredericksburg Junction, Mountain Home, 15% donation to the Hill Country Community Fund. Diamonds of Kerrville, which is right there on Sidney Baker. Go by and visit them. They've got repairs for jewelry. Diamondsofkerrville.com. Blow Your Mind Hair Salon, offering blowouts, cuts, highlights, and color services at 1454 Sidney Baker. Book your appointment today. The Summer House, which is right by. Have you been in the Summer House? It's right by,
I have not.
It's right on the way to Ingram Tom Moore High School.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Space.
There's some beautiful things happening in Ingram.
Yes, there are.
They have an elegant showroom. They have timeless designs for easy living, I guess. 3295 Junction Highway, and we need some easy living at this point. They're at 3295 Junction Highway in Ingram. Give them a call at 307-690-3127. Their hours are from 11 to 4 and Wednesday through Friday from 10 to 5. Nice. Truffles and Vines.
Oh, so I was there yesterday.
Where are you?
Fantastic food. Yes.
You had your Rotary Club meeting.
Our Rotary. We're the West Kerr Noon Rotary Club now. We meet at Truffles and Vines.
Yeah.
And that place is fabulous.
I haven't been out there yet, but I've heard
precious.
It's great.
The food is great. They're lovely.
Did you didn't have wine though, did you?
I did not at the noon.
Did you have
Rotary
chocolate?
Not at the noon,
birthday.
Yeah.
But like we said.
I did not do, I don't do sugar.
I know.
Still.
I know, still. So, but here's the thing though, right? Right next door to them, it's sisters, right?
Yes.
So we have some sister acts in this town. Like we have the Cartwheel Sisters,
Yes.
Emily and Stephanie.
Yes.
And then we have 323 Bakery.
I was going to mention them too.
Yeah.
They're donating every day to City West Church. They're big old breakfast treats.
They have the best cinnamon rolls.
And
Oh
they
my
have
gosh.
gluten-free.
They have gluten-free.
Oh,
Right. How many times did I bring Rams a gluten-free deal?
Oh, a lot.
I haven't done that for a while.
the time.
Yeah.
Well, now she has them at Lyft. She can just get them herself.
I know. I don't have to bring them to her. Well, I would bring them to you, and then she would steal them.
You would have to bring two.
know.
That's back when I would eat the sugar.
Yeah, we eat the sugar. Now you're
that's done.
not so much. All right. But Truffles and Vines and 323 are right next to each other on Junction Highway. You need to get out there, Amy Goodyear.
I do. I've
You know.
been to 323. I just haven't been
Yeah.
out there since Truffles and Vines opened.
Yeah, it was. It's in the space where Joanne Marie and me wine bar was at.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're delightful people over there. Let me see. Torch and Nail is a local artist. He's doing some work there. I've kind of get more information on him. The Dieter Center is, kind of torn up right now. But they're still doing Meals on Wheels. Dr. Kendall Young is doing a free college application session for your kids to go learn about how to apply for college. It's August 1st and 2nd at Calvary Temple Church.
That's nice.
The General Equipment Rental supplying community with the equipment, and there's some other things. I think there's a bunch of other restaurants and places. I have a list. I keep getting people sending me stuff. So if you have something that you want to share with a local business that you don't, and you said is there others? Vitamedics was
Yes,
one.
Vitamedics.
What about? Do you know any two that need help? Amy Goodyear.
I mean, off the top of my head, I mean, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Other than things that you mentioned. I mean, other than everybody.
Yeah. What was your? Let me ask you real quick here. What was your morning like on the 4th? When did you start realizing this was huge?
Marcus told me he was going to get up early and go, meet a friend for coffee. So he got up and left, and I kind of slept in for a little bit, and then I got up and looked at my, got my phone, which is kind of, I normally sort of check to see if I've got any messages from my kids or anything, and then, just opened Facebook, and the first thing I saw was an image taken from the pavilion on the river,
right?
And it was actually Marcus's friend who was going to go meet, and I was like. So I called Marcus, and I won't say the words I used because they're not for public consumption, but I was like, what the, and he replied, and he said, I'm driving around town. And he said, I don't know what happened. He said, but this is big. And
right.
yeah, it was about 8:00 in the morning, I guess, when I first sort of started figuring
I think Brandie
it out.
found out because her daughter, when it was supposed to work at Lyft Coffee over in Ingram, and they sent her home, and she was kind of mad about it. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that was probably your first indication that something was up, right?
Well, my husband and I were in Vegas. We were supposed
Oh,
to
that's
come
right.
home.
That's
we were
right.
in Vegas, and our oldest is nearly 17. She was home alone because she was working. And I get all the calls, from the superintendent letting us know this is happening. And it's like 3 a.m. in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally get a hold of Rams, and she's like, well, I'm at Lyft. And I'm like, no one is coming for coffee. And she goes, yeah, but they're coming for shelter. And I was like, oh, my God. You
Get
need
home.
to leave now.
Yeah.
We almost sent her to your house.
I know. So tell her to come to my house.
I
So
know.
yeah, it's been a whirlwind week. Brandie, what stands out in your mind as far as what's happened here?
I genuinely have just been completely in awe of our community, in awe of our staff, and I think that all of our bonds are just so much stronger now, pulling through this and seeing everybody come together, and what we've been able to accomplish in our little town out in Ingram and Hunt that's really what I'm trying to just focus on.
Yeah, Amy, what about you? What stood out for you?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, the overwhelming response. I mean, I don't think I know anybody who isn't doing something,
Right.
who isn't, volunteering in some way or giving money or, whatever they're physically able to do or financially able to do. I mean, every single person is being involved in this in somehow. And that just shows the incredible ties of this community. I mean, we've been here for 20 years, and it's always, felt special and felt unique, and you walk into HEB and you always see somebody that but this has just been on a different level. And at the same time, we share the love and support of each other, we also share the loss and the hurt. And so it's, I guess it's sort of a very stark reminder that you're never alone.
One of the things I want to say is that the last, I think the Kerrville Police Department did a good job yesterday of kind of tempering people that they're in a phase now of the search where it's very difficult to find the remains of people. Mm-hmm. And it's very technical work. It's very methodical. I mean, it's literally like archaeology, I think, in some cases, where you have to like dig through and find places. And the death toll has been stuck at 107 for the last 3 days, which means that it's becoming very difficult to do that work. And so, yeah, that's a big one, for facing these guys now too. And increasingly, as we mentioned, the people, like once Trump came, the most national media was like, I'm out. And I saw it, I knew that was going to happen. I saw it directly. Like I was being bombarded with media requests to talk about the thing. And I didn't get any after Saturday. And so I got my first one yesterday. So I'm going to go do one tomorrow morning. But yeah, she can buy. Yeah, take her. She's an advertiser. She can get whatever she wants. She can take whatever she wants. Oh yeah, absolutely. No. I'm afraid of Wendy Jones. She's got large animals. So, Dr. Rector's here. How are you, sir?
Bill.
We're holding up okay. We're doing all right. So, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming by. All right. Did you learn anything today, Brandie? Did you learn anything today? Did you get anything done?
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm
I will say, when people ask you, how are you doing? It's such a tough question.
It is.
Yeah.
It's such a hard, I like this. We're holding up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I'm like you, Brandie. And I'm sure you're the same way, Amy, that I don't know what to do with myself. If I sit there, I'm like, oh man, I can't tell you times I've woken up. Like, I don't like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't like it. That's usually I do my best sleep is 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up multiple times at 5 o'clock in the morning this week, just awake, thinking about stuff. And then I get up and I start to go back to work, because there's so much to do. And we're all in that same position. So yesterday was insane, just I had to finish this newspaper, and then I had to run down and pick it up, and then I'm on the phone with some other people about how we're going to cover the story long term. There's a lot of long term questions about this story, and then I got to do a newsletter, and I was sitting during the newsletter last night, and I'm like falling asleep, on the chair. So I'm like a little old man now. I'm like, oh, I'm falling asleep. Put a blanket on me. Let me go to bed. But it's been unbelievable. So
well. Take care of yourself.
All right.
We got to take care of each other.
You take care of yourself, too. I'm going to come take pictures of you people on Sunday. That'll make me happy.
Come and do that.
All right. Good job, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back on Monday with more. We got work to do today, so we're going to get back to that. I am going to try to go see Superman tonight, or this afternoon, or this evening with my child.
Good. I've heard it's great.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion's
trying to get there.
I know.
I want to see it.
And the incredible was the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Rachel Brosnahan.
Oh,
Yes.
She's
Right.
great.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thanks, Louis.
Thanks.